Hey guys, what's up? It's Red and I am here with a recommendations video for you guys. So we all have really crazy lives sometimes. It happens to everyone, whether it's work, school, both, whatever you have going on in your life. It's not always conducive to doing the reading that you want to do. Personally, I work and I go to school and I'm an English major, so I know what it's like to constantly have coursework just put on you, assigned reading, everything. And when things get crazy like that, I might only have 10 minutes here, 30 minutes here to read a book, and there might be a few days in between those reading sessions. I don't always have the time to sit down and read for a couple of hours. I don't know about you guys, but I've noticed that when my schedule gets really crazy like that, certain books are better for accommodating that than others. If a book is really big, it's really dense, maybe there's a lot of details or character complexities or world building, it might be a wonderful book, but it's definitely the type of book you need to spend several hours really investing yourself in. We don't always have that time. So I thought I would recommend to you guys some really fun, short, fast reads that are perfect for accommodating those short reading sessions that you just have to fit into your schedule. They're easy enough to pick up and put down. They don't require a ton of attention, but they're still fun and enjoyable to read. The first book I have to recommend to you guys today is Rip Eliza Hart by Alyssa Scheinmel. Hopefully I didn't butcher her name. And currently I just have the dust jacket because I have this book on loan. Although I personally read this book in one session, I still think it would be a great way to start off this list because I still think it's a book that's easy enough to pick up and put down as you need it, and it's only right around 336 pages, so it's not too long, and it reads so quickly, so you can really get the most out of those short periods of time that you're reading. Before I get into what this book is about, I do want to alert you to trigger warnings of suicide, murder, self-harm, and bullying, as well as several mental illnesses, including but not limited to depression, anxiety, claustrophobia, bipolar disorder, as well as touching on a variety of other subjects. I just want to put that out there for you guys so you kind of know what you're getting into. Ellie, a girl at a boarding school in California, has recently been accused by her peers of murdering popular girl Eliza Hart. Although Eliza Hart bullied her and made her life a living hell at this school, Ellie might be the only one to really figure out what happened to Eliza. This is such a fast read. I mean, really a fast read. And Ellie is such a relatable character, and she's very humanized in a way that I feel like she's really easy to connect to and really give you a window into the story. The plot really captures your attention, but it's not so intricate and detailed that it requires a lot of attention for understanding, which of course makes it really easy to pick up and put down. You want to return to it because you want to know what happens, but you're not totally lost if you put it down for a couple days. The next book I have for you guys is also contemporary, and it was recently featured for a Biblio book club a couple months back, and that is Moxie by Jennifer Mathieu. I still feel like I'm butchering her name, but moving on. Moxie is a fun, fast read about a girl who is fed up with the misogyny and the sexism that she sees from the males at her high school. So one day, while going through her mom's closet, she comes across some old zines from her mom's Riot Grrrl days in the 90s. Inspired by these feminist zines, she decides to write her own feminist zine and pass it out at her school, just basically as a way of combating all the problematic behavior. As a result, people are inspired, and she inspires her own revolution. This is a short book. It's a fun, really fast read that just really makes you feel so inspired and empowered by the end of it. The next book I have for you guys I've actually talked about on my channel before, and that is Pivot Point by Kasie West. You might recognize Kasie West, who usually writes a lot of contemporary novels. However, this particular book steps away from that. This book is about a girl who's grown up in this community of people who all have some sort of psychic ability, whether it's telepathy, telekinesis, etc. Addison has the psychic ability of being a searcher, which is kind of a divergent psychic ability. Pretty much what this means is that when she is faced with a choice, she is able to psychically see the outcome of each choice to better make a decision. This book essentially is almost split in half between two of her lives as seen from these outcomes. when she is faced with the biggest decision of her life, her parents' divorce. She is faced with the decision to either stay with her mom in this community that she's known her entire life, or go with her dad, which is the parent she's closest to, and brave the outside world where there's just ordinary people who don't even know that people like her exist. It is amazing to really delve into the two different lives that she has with each parent and really getting invested in the relationships and the life that she creates. But as if that wasn't interesting enough, you pepper in some murders and mysteries that are a little closer to her than she might realize. This is such a fun sort of classic YA read that I recommend to everyone. And this is the perfect thing when you kind of want to escape that busy schedule, because this is going to give you something fun to think about. For those of you who might like a slightly more paranormal read, I recommend the Devouring series by Simon Holt. I read this book several years ago and absolutely loved it. 1, it's not very big. You will fly through it. And 2, it's awesome. Like, so awesome. Basically, this book is about a world, our world, where these creatures called Vowers exist. And the whole point of a Vower is that on the winter solstice, it inhabits a body of someone who is extremely scared. So when they inhabit this body, the host consciousness is sent into what's called a fearscape, where they're forced to relive their nightmares over and over again, while the Vower possesses their body and walks around as that person. When Regina's brother is taken over by a Vower, she must figure out how to both save her brother and stop this Vower from causing all sorts of mayhem and destruction amongst her community. By the end of the book, you are going to be dying to read the rest of the series. It's very dark, it's fun, you will fly through it. The last book I have for you guys is more of a general recommendation than a specific recommendation. The last thing I want to recommend to you guys amongst your busy schedules is pick up something you would love to reread. Obviously, I will always pick Harry Potter. It's my tried and true. But the reason I recommend a reread is because you'll already know what happens. You're already familiar with the world and the characters, and you get to re-enjoy those characters, but without the pressure. If you aren't able to pick it up for a couple days, that's okay. You already know what happens. You already know what it is going into it. And whenever things get particularly crazy, but you don't want to give up on your reading entirely, these books that you know and you love, they got your back. They always have your back. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys decide to try a few of these books. I personally loved them, and I know what those crazy schedules can do to your reading habits. It's no fun. So please, in the comment section below, recommend to me what books you guys would lean on or recommend for a busy schedule. Those fast, fun reads that can accommodate no matter what's going on. Because, trust me, I'm always in need of those recommendations as well. All right, guys, I guess that's it, and I'll talk to you guys later.